Hey, what's up guys? Just finished recording the video that you're about to watch on Nofap. Just wanted to remind you that I have a separate vlog channel. You can find a link to that in the description below. If you're into that type of stuff, I would really appreciate the support if you go ahead and subscribe. If not, totally cool. Motivational content will stay on this channel only. Peace. So I'm doing this video first for the guys who've maybe just now started their Nofap journey and need some guidance, need some hope, need a light at the end of the tunnel, as well as for the guys who've maybe been doing this for a while and are thinking about giving up because it's too hard. Nofap is a hard thing to accomplish, and giving up on something because it's hard is never a good excuse. So I want this video just to act as a beacon of hope for those people who just need assistance, need help, need hope that there is something greater for them in the future. And I feel like using my own life as an example to show you guys where I was and where I'm at now might act as some inspiration for you. Also, I need to give you guys a disclaimer. Nofap is not going to fix you. It's not going to solve you. It's not going to magically cure you from all your problems. It's a starting point. It's the starting point that's necessary to get you from wherever it is you are now, in this dark hole, to the end of the tunnel, where all the light's at. So, don't neglect this because it is a very, very important part, but just also don't think that this is just going to magically fix you. Only you can do this for yourself. Only you can solve your problems. So anyways, thought I'd give you a snapshot as to where I was before I started Nofap. So career-wise, I was working in jobs that I truly, truly did not like. And even more so, the last 9-to-5 job that I had, I genuinely thought that I would be there for the rest of my life. I did not think that I had a future beyond that. I couldn't see a future beyond that. That has a lot to do with what pornography does to the brain. I couldn't fathom having a better future for myself. And I didn't have a motivation to even push myself outside of that way of thinking. So it just really wasn't a good look for my career. Also, I used to make really unhealthy decisions. I used to eat a lot of junk food. I used to drink a lot of alcohol, party all the time, just an overall unhealthy type of individual. Emotionally, I was pretty unstable. I was always sad or easily upset, or I would get, the small stuff would really upset me. They say don't sweat the small stuff. I would sweat the small stuff. Anxious, social anxiety, depression here and there. I wasn't depressed all the time, but I would have these crazy bouts of depression, feeling down on life. All those negative feelings that you just really don't want to experience. Next would be relationships. Pretty much dated low quality women, had no dreams, no aspirations, had nothing going for themselves. I was getting rejected a lot of the time. I just was a really unattractive person. And I don't mean just physically, I just mean overall, I was an unattractive individual to be around. So it's no surprise that, my luck with women was non-existent at that point. So what's changed? Well, career-wise, I do what I love doing for a living: videography, photography. And I don't mean to brag when I say these types of things, but when you're so involved in pornography, it really jacks up your brain. So I could not imagine what I'm doing now. I could not imagine this having been a possibility for me. I did not think I was capable of this. Also, the amount of money that I make, I'm not going to be specific, but the amount of money that I make back then was a far off dream that I was like, oh, sure, it'd be nice to make that one day, but that'll never happen. And, as soon as I committed to Nofap, things started working for me, and I'll explain that in a little bit, but things just started happening, and here I am now living, breathing what I thought to be once was a dream. This is like still surreal to me sometimes. So the career has really just done a complete 180. Next would be partying, drinking, all that stuff. I gave up, the party life. I gave up the drinking life. I've gone out probably about 6 times in the past 2.5 years, one of which was just a couple of nights ago here in Serbia. But overall, I've gotten rid of the negative activities that I used to engage in. And I say negative because, drinking alcohol all the time and partying all the time, it does have a negative long-term effect on you, on your physical well-being, on your mental and spiritual well-being. It does take a toll on you. And so after eliminating those things, Nofap pretty much got me to understand that it's better to do things that are better for you in the long run versus just engaging in constant short-term highs. These short-term highs, they feel good in the moment, but oh man, they take a toll on you in the long run. So overall, just after being on this Nofap journey, I've made way better health decisions for myself, for my future. Which leads me to the next point. I spend my time more wisely. So instead of partying, instead of drinking all the time or whatever it is I was doing, I spend my time on self-development. Not 100% of the time. I don't want you to think that it's like a boring lifestyle, but a lot of the time I'll spend, trying to better myself, whether it be watching videos on how to use my camera better or, reading a book or something like that. But instead of sitting in front of Netflix all day or binge watching YouTube, I'll tend to just get out, be active, just do more stuff with my life. I kind of just came up with this analogy, but Nofap really does make you want to make better decisions in your entire life. Not just with Nofap, but so much more of your life. For instance, if your whole house is dirty, your house represents your body, but if your whole house is dirty and you clean just a corner of the living room, just one small portion of the living room, you get it really, really clean, chances are you're gonna wanna start cleaning out the rest of the house. You're gonna wanna clean the bathroom, the bedrooms, you're gonna wanna detail it. That's what kind of happened with me. I cleaned out that first part, the pornography, and then it's like, yo, what other clutter, what other filth is there in my life that's holding me back from achieving my full potential? And that's like one of the biggest reasons why anyone should do Nofap, because it will inevitably make you feel that you have to do more for yourself. And it's a good feeling. It's not like, oh wow, this is boring, I don't want to do this, but you have no choice. You're either gonna sit there with all your energy pinned up, all this energy, all this time, all this motivation and do nothing, or you're gonna run with it. And I'll talk about that in a bit as well. Emotionally, I am in control of my emotional state at all times. I don't let the small things get to me. I don't get easily angered or upset or sad. I don't go through these bouts of depression, the anxiety. It's not there anymore. It's like, for some reason, I'm just more in touch, I'm more centered with myself, so that if something is non-desirable and it presents itself in my life, I acknowledge it, I accept that it's there, but I don't let it seep in. I just acknowledge it, try to make peace with it, and move on with my life. Also, I've been making better dietary decisions. So for the past couple of years, I've been vegan. I'm not really gonna explain anything about veganism because you can find all that on other YouTube channels, but yeah, I've been a vegan, feel better, feel lighter, feel healthier. And physically, I'm actually stronger. That takes me to the next point. Physically, being a vegan, I'm 30 pounds lighter than what I was when I was, engaged in Nofap. So I was 180 pounds back then, I'm 150 now. Physically, I'm stronger than what I used to be when I was 180 pounds. So I can outlift my younger, heavier self. Again, Nofap didn't make me strong. It just motivated me to do more with my body. It motivates me every day, every week to push myself harder and harder and to become stronger and stronger. That's another thing that Nofap does for you. It just gets you so motivated. I mean, there's nothing that compares to the motivation you get from Nofap. You can read all the books you want to read. You can watch all the YouTube videos that you want. But something about Nofap just really gets you up and out and starts making you push yourself harder and harder and harder. And it just feels so rewarding to do so. And with attractiveness, I feel like I'm more attractive now. Again, Nofap didn't just make me attractive, but it helped me make better decisions for myself that would in turn make me more attractive to others, both physically and internally, like energetically, vibrationally speaking. Taking better care of your body, taking better care of the relationship you have with yourself. They come together and they just produce this beautiful version of yourself that has been trapped beneath this negative, nasty vice for all these years. It's so beautiful. Nofap, for some reason, truly does help unlock the potential. It helps reduce the roadblocks that we find within ourselves. We want these things. We want to achieve greatness. We want to have this. We want to be that. But we also have these negative beliefs, these obstacles that tell you, oh no, you can't do that. You're never going to be that. And so for some reason, there's something going on there that helps just reduce that feeling, those negative thoughts that prohibit you from taking action towards things. And that's one of the greatest takeaways I've gotten from Nofap, is being able to successfully defeat my mental demons, the ones that stop me from taking action, the ones that stop me from dreaming, the ones that stop me from saying, hey, I can have this, I can be that, no matter how big or scary that goal is, I can do it, and I'm going to take action towards doing it. Which brings me to my last point. Nofap has made me a doer. That's the best way I can put it. It's just made me a doer of things. When you relinquish yourself from this bad habit, you have all of this time, energy, and motivation in your hands. Nofap presents you every day with these two options that I'm either going to do or not do. I'm either going to do something with my life or I'm not going to do something with my life today. And sitting there with all that time, energy, and motivation on your hands and doing nothing with it feels more uncomfortable and more painful than just getting out in the real world and doing stuff. It doesn't matter what it is you do. Go on a hike, go on a run, try to start a business, whatever it is you feel like doing, go travel the world. Just do it, and it opens you up to even more possibilities. Again, it's that discomfort of like knowing you can be more, you can do more, you can have more because you have all this time, energy, motivation, and not doing something with it, that just feels so bad. So Nofap truly has got me in the state of mind to where I just want to do more, be more, have more. It's awakened this hunger that's within me, and it's the same hunger that's within inside of you as soon as you get over this habit, this negative addiction of yours. So overall, my life is awesome. And again, I don't mean to brag about these things, but I'm just saying my life is so good, and I'm living a life that I did not see possible for me a couple of years ago. The same possibilities that I'm experiencing right now are possible for you. You just have to commit to this, stick with it. And like I said, don't give up on it because it's hard. A lot of things in life are hard. And if we all just keep giving up, then what does that do? We accomplish nothing, we get nowhere, so stick with it. Again, it took me a few years just to even get to 30 days of Nofap. But after that, I just went uphill from there. I kept striving, kept growing, kept going, and things inevitably got good. So anyways, I hope this video has some true value to you in your life. I didn't plan this out. I just kind of turned the camera on and started recording. So forgive me if it's been pretty sporadic, but I truly, truly hope that you turn your life around, because what's possible for me is possible for you. And I'm totally here to help, as best I can while you're on your journey. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace.